But this is very, very real. At the equinox, the energy is high. It's a very fast oscillation. The veil is very, very thin. And what you can do, there are certain things that you can do to ride the wave of the equinox until the solstice. Every 3 months, you set intentions, you set goals, you put your house in order, you throw away old clothes, you do a real spring cleaning of your consciousness and of for your life. You set goals that are intentions that you're really going to get done in that next 3 months. And the energy of that light of what's happening on the planet will make you ride like surfing all the way through if you do it at a certain time. So what I do every quarter is I have a special event, which is great now because we can do them via Zoom. Yay. And so we have people, I've got students from all over the world, all walks of life. You meet amazing people. Everyone gets to say who they are, what they're doing, if they need assistance with anything. They all have a great time. I do what's called 2 light transmissions and prayers for your success. You get to write down your special intention and goals while I'm transmitting this light to you, so that, and what that does when you're transmitting light to someone, you have this beautiful, let's just use this metaphor, this diamond, and you can't, some people can't feel it because it's filled with fear and anger or just emotions you've had in this lifetime. And so you can't always feel it. So you're not connecting with it, which is why sometimes you're not manifesting as quickly as you would like, because it's blocked. You can't feel it, because that divine presence that is you there are no limitations to that. This world is a dream. It can manifest anything. So I connect you directly to your divine presence, your soul, your diamond, and tell it, you speak to it, communicate with it, because that enlightenment is my enlightenment. It's omnipresent, to go before you and prepare the way. Then you all email me your goals and intentions, and I pray on those for every single person who sends them to me. I do that whenever I love praying for others. I love to see people manifest what they want. I love to see them lose the fear and the suffering in their life, in any area of their life. I like to see them healed. And then, because once you've got the money and the health, and you've got goals that, you know, put you on fire, you're really excited about your life, well, then you feel on purpose. And then you can really raise your consciousness, because I just want everyone to awaken. Because if they could have this experience, what this is like 24 hours a day, they would do everything they could to have it. But to start with, to have that assistance is priceless. To have that assistance to assist you to really, really go for it during this equinox, and have me assist you to ride that wave and raise your consciousness very, very quickly. And if you stick to it during those 3 months, you can create more in that 3 months than you have in the last 3 years. And that is no lie. You can do it. You can absolutely do it, because you're not doing it alone.
And I've seen that just for myself in the last 30 days. It was 34 days ago that you did the light transmission for the Soulful Leadership Retreat, that the first evening. And I remember many of your audience from all over the world were there, some of them sharing the experiences that they had from these light transmissions. And then you invited our tribe to do that, to email. They sent them to me, and I forwarded those off to you. And you included these in these prayers, where I had 3 intentions, and one of them was a year-long intention. The other 2 intentions have already come true in 30 days. You know, one of them was around a program that we were doing, and I just, the confidence that I felt of knowing that I don't know, there was this, just knowing that it was already happening. Like, it was just, it really just made it so that I just had to show up, you know, and just believing in it. So I'm so excited for you to be doing this, and that you're doing it regularly. You do these quarterly, but the idea now is that, again, that we're at an equinox, the spring equinox. Is there something different that happens during each of these? Like, does the spring equinox is the same as the fall equinox? Do you do different?
It depends on the energy of the planet at that particular time and the consciousness of the planet. So I act accordingly, and I pray accordingly, and send light transmission accordingly, depending on the energy. But I am always assisted. There's this beautiful enlightened lineage that I'm one with, my teacher, my teacher's teacher, etc. That's the way it works. And so I it just comes through me. It's not me, but
Mhm.
because I'm like, you're either off or you're on. I'm on. So I'm like I'm just plugged in. And I get downloads of that omniscient wisdom on what is correct for each individual person when I look at their intentions. Because there's sometimes people will send me something and I'll get a feeling, just this very, very small, call it the still small voice, even though it's not a voice. Sometimes it is. And it'll be like, no, that's not correct. Don't pray for that. Just say this or something better. This or something better, because whatever's for their highest good, sometimes I'm only allowed to pray for their highest good. And trust me when I say, when it's for your highest good, it's usually something much better than people can imagine. And it's something that's going to suit that person's soul type, because you've got to be doing what suits your soul type. Then you feel on purpose and you're breaking those shackles of mental anguish that sometimes you get when you're going to go for something. And then when you feel like you know that you know, then you're not building up any barriers for anything to manifest in your life. It's only when you're not sure and you get a little bit anguish, and your doubting mind comes in and out, and you're like, oh, I've got to do an affirmation. But you don't want to be using willpower in that way, because that actually builds more bricks in the wall. Yep. And like Pink Floyd said, you don't want another brick in the wall.
I love that. And again, going back to the event where I got to experience this, it wasn't just me, but there was a kind of a predominant theme. And again, it may be because of the energies and the preparation of setting a clear intention, not just doing that kind of what things come to my mind of the material things that I want, but really being clear in the attention coming from a soul place, that there was this kind of a theme of something new emerging. There were a lot of people on the line that had done some really cool things and were in a certain place of their own self-discovery, but that there was this kind of a new thing that was emerging. And again, just in the month that's come, I've heard from several of them seeing about how synchronicities align, like things like where they couldn't have figured how, like they didn't even know why they asked for some of these things, these intentions that were set. They're like, I don't even know where that came from. After the exercise, that's what I picked. And but then all of a sudden the evidence started to show up of like, oh no, you're on the right path, you picked the right thing, and here's the support that you need to get there. It's not like you're all on your own.
Oh, it's just absolutely a phenomenal thing when you can have that experience and know that someone really can transmit light and pray for you for your highest good. And there's no judgment. It's unconditional. I can't even explain. I mean, Mark, because I know that you've got such a high consciousness and you have had high spiritual experiences, but the love for every single blade of grass, I know it sounds trite, but it's not trite. It's just intense, and everyone can feel that. And then you never, ever have a judgment again. And when you can know for yourself, know that you know, and this is what I know that everyone can experience, because everyone is born with that capability, because everyone is born with this physical body and kundalini. They're ready to go up that Sushumna. I won't go into all the details now, but people can ask as many questions as they like when they come on to equinoxempowerment.com, equinoxempowerment.com. And if for any reason this is already over, this particular event, when you watch this video, I think it's probably going to stay up somewhere for a while. Oh, yeah. You can always come to Michelle Blood, MICHELE.BLOOD.com, and see any upcoming events and see the calendar and see what we're up to.
That's perfect. And I'll put all the links down below. But I was thank you for sharing that. So we'll, if anybody does want to register, also, if you've got questions about the equinox and what you might expect, of course, post those down below as well. Again, you're going to start this on Saturday morning. It's this coming Saturday, March 20th, 10 a.m. Pacific time, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
And it, again, you're going to be doing your light transmission. Is there anything that people would want to think about or prepare before coming to an event like this?
Good question. Yeah, I think it's very, very important that you clean your house beforehand. I mean, really, really get things sparkling clean. Make sure you've washed your hair, that you feel and look good. Treat yourself as if you were coming to a big event, because you're going to be meeting people that are awesome people from all over the world, all over Europe, Australia, New Zealand, UK, I guess that's Europe too, Ireland. I don't think they want to think of themselves as European yet. South Africa, Zimbabwe, Spain. I mean, we've got students from all over the world, and it's not just students, just people that are interested in raising their consciousness, becoming more successful in their life, being happier, and doing what they can do to inspire others, knowing that sometimes you need inspiration yourself.
I love that. And if other people who might be listening to this hear the words and they get that little small whisper you were talking about earlier of somebody's name, a friend or someone else that you know who could also benefit from this, I would love for you to share this video. You can share this clip with them and invite them to come along with us this Saturday. Also, if you have questions, of course, post those in your comments and down below, and we'll make sure to respond to them. You've got people coming from all over the world. How do you tap in to the energy? Because like you said, it is this global thing. There's all these different individuals.
I'm one with it all of the time, but how do we let the people tap into it? Through the light transmissions and through their intention of writing it down. So, and I'll go through lots of simple tools that they can utilize whilst they are on the event, you know. And also, if they've got a friend that they would like to have the light transmissions, but they think, oh, this might be a bit woo-woo for my friends, but I really would like to uplift them, you can, you know, sign them up, get them registered, and just send me their picture. And I will still send the light transmissions to them that evening. So lots of people do that when they really want their family or their loved ones to get a boost, because we can't have anyone under 18, but I can transmit light to people under 18 if I've got their photograph, because of the fact that, you know, just American laws, and it's really, really powerful energy. So, you know.
I appreciate the way you handle that, because I know that is a delicate for me, because I'm pretty woo. I'm pretty far out there, a little left of woo probably. And I have a lot of friends who are not as, you know, they have not had as much experience in seeing things like this. So somebody who may not be familiar with it might be like light transmission. And I would encourage everyone to listen to that whisper inside and to understand that your soul is telling you, and that you're here for a reason, listening to this, because there's truth in this. This is real. And I just want to encourage you to listen to that voice, and if called to, just show up and give it the opportunity. The same thing for family and friends, to be able to share that gift with them. They don't even have to be there. If you're somebody who is more open-minded, but you know somebody else who really needs this right now, again, I encourage you to show up on their behalf.
I love what Bhagavan Ramana, a great avatar, like a pure avatar, which is higher than any enlightenment you can imagine, like Sri Ramakrishna was, Yogananda. And he said, listen to your inner guru. I don't need to tell you if this is right or wrong for you. Listen to your own inner guru. You will always get the answer.
Amen. I love that. That is so critical. And it's great to listen to your inner guru and be able to get this outside support. So I really appreciate the work that you do to help people to get the clarity, to show that giant.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you so much. Is there any other thing that you want to share? I appreciate you having this time. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Any last words before we say goodbye?
No, I just want everyone to know that there are no limitations in your life, but you have to take action. For things to happen, you can't just sit in a cave and go on. You have to, particularly if you live in the West, you have to take some action. And coming onto this event on Saturday is taking that action where you can have your hand held and meet other uplifting people. We can't do it on our own. It's so, so challenging. And all of us will be there for you, and we'd love to meet you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Michelle. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Mark. You are always awesome. Love you so much. God bless you, everybody. More love.